I was born in 1981 in Newbury Park. I lived in, well, it's Essex, straight away, born and bred. I was an only child until I was 11, until Charlie come along and ruined it all and took all the limelight. I was absolutely fuming. And when he come, I just went into like mum mode at like 11 years old. I just wanted to feed him, change his bum. We were best mates, we used to bath together. So Charlie come along, and then so on. Frankie, then Demi, then there was 4. I was like a little street rat. I was out, used to play out all the time, and I lived on a big estate, so that all the kids used to play out together. Primary school was fun because there wasn't really much work involved, and I loved PE. I was like, it was my favourite. I didn't like it when I used to forget the kit and they used to make me wear the vests and knickers. That was embarrassing. But I actually loved it because it was like a lesson where you didn't have to do any work. And I was really good at sports day, like really fast runner. My dad thought I was going to be in the Olympics, I ain't going to lie. But as soon as I got to the teenage years, I was like, drop me out. So when I left primary school, I actually moved from Essex straight to East London, so I know like going to senior school you tend not to know a lot of people, but I didn't know anyone. Luckily I made friends really quickly, loved it, and then unfortunately I had to come back to Essex. In the senior school that I really liked, the one in London, I was in a band, me and my 2 mates. So when I moved to Essex, I was really upset with my dad because I was like, you've ruined my singing career. And I'll never forget it. We was in the garden and I was like really angry with him. And I was like, I was in a band, you've ruined my life. I was going to be a singer, now I'm not in the band. And like, I begged him to let me get buses back to East London to go to that school because I just didn't want to be in Essex. And he went, all right, go on, sing then. And I was like, no. And he's like, go on, if you're going to be a singer, sing me a song then. Like, stuck it on me. And I was like, I don't want to now. And then like, you know, and you like, anyway, I sung a song, he went, you can't sing, so you ain't gonna be in a band anyway. Like completely killed my dreams of being a singer. And actually, to this day, this is no word of a lie, if I sing in front of my dad, he genuinely gets the ump. It ain't even a joke, it's not banter, his face drops and he goes, stop it. I was like literally like a stick insect as a child, like really like flat-chested, straight down, skinny. Let's say I was unique looking. I had big teeth, big lips, you know, so everyone always used to say she should do modelling, and like I wasn't a confident child. I never thought I was pretty like as a child, and I definitely didn't as a teenager. So like the more people said it, I used to think like if I could be a model, then I'd probably feel confident, and I didn't have any other plan. I wasn't good at anything except for art. I grew up with magazines, like girls magazines, and was there one called Bliss? I can't remember what they were called, but there was like these ones, they used to come out every week, and they used to always have a modelling competition in there, and he was like, no, you don't really go against my dad. So I was like, all right then. And then one day he called me down and he was laying on the sofa and he was like, there's a modelling competition, it was in the Romford Recorder, and he went, do you want to enter it? And I was like so shocked. I was like, really? And he went, yeah. I didn't win, but the photographer liked me and he said, you know, like you should actually do modelling. So I went back for another photo shoot. Anyway, I got a contract, but my family decided to move. And then that just got squashed. I met my daughter's father when I was 18. He was so funny, and I really like funny people, that he managed to get in there. And I was like only 18, I just started going to the West End and like partying, you know, like, and I was like out and about everywhere. And he just got me, he did, he took me off the market. And I ended up staying with him for 7 years. And along come little Maddie. She was £7.4, she was absolutely teeny. Life-changing, changed my whole life. And then I was a mum. Fast forward from when I had Maddie, me and my daughter's dad broke up when I was 25. From 25 to 29, I just had like trying to find my feet, I guess, because I was with her dad from 18 to 25. At that point, I'd done every job. I'd had the card shop, I worked in McDonald's, cute. I worked in an ironing parlour, I was a receptionist, I'd worked abroad. Then I come home and worked in telesales. And then Big Brother come out. And I loved reality TV. As soon as it was born, like The Hills, Big Brother, I loved it. It was like an obsession. I was like, wow, like this is great. So I thought, I'll just go on Big Brother because, you know, I'm a little bit mad. I can do this. So I went for Big Brother. I think I was 20, I must have been about 27 at this point, and I got down to like the group, and a lot of the people that were in my group actually made it and went on there. But there was another girl who was skinny with big boobs and blonde hair, and she got it. And just the pure disappointment, because it was like my chance, you know? And I didn't get it, but I'm guessing I didn't get it because I was going to get TOWIE. My friends at the time, she was like, they're going to make a show like The Hills, but in Essex. She was like, you've got to go for it. I was like, no way, I can't. Like, at that point, I'd like got all scaredy about things like that. And she was like, you're doing it, you're going to ring up the producers, I've got the number. I was like, I can't ring up the producers. She was like, you're doing it. And I remember we had a row in the kitchen, and she just dialed the number and went, here, like that. And I was like, hello? And I was like, my friend said to call you, and I explained who I was. And they said, all right then, we'll come and meet you next week at King William. So I had my meeting with them, it went well. I had a few glasses of wine, so I was drunk and a bit like loose-lipped, if you like. And they said, right, can you send us like a blog, I guess, a weekly blog of what you get up to? Any dates, anything funny, anything goes wrong, like just send it to us. So I was like, okay. So that went on for a little while. In the meantime, I got a job as a Playboy Bunny, and I was off going to France every weekend. Ages and ages later, they reached out and they said, Chloe, we're really excited to tell you we've got a channel. We can't tell you which one it is, but we really want you to film whatever. And by then, I'd kind of forgotten about that, and I was loving my life as a Playboy Bunny, because I was like rocking on in like Cannes and like Saint-Tropez and places I couldn't afford to be, you know, and like it was like amazing. So then TOWIE come along and they're like, we've got the channel, you've got to leave your job. You can't do it. For the whole period of filming, I wouldn't have been able to go. I got a boyfriend in Lyon, got me Playboy Bunny outfit, and I just thought, nah. I was in Luton Airport, and all the magazines were full of TOWIE, and I thought, fuck, what have I done? And then one day I got a phone call. Someone said, TOWIE's trying to get hold of you, can I give him your number? So I was like, yeah. So I thought, what do they want? Like, hopefully that they want to bring me on. And it was, and they just said, we're contacting everyone who didn't take part in the first series. Are you interested? I was like, hell yes. Yeah, that first scene, mate, I was so scared. I pulled up and I remember sitting outside Amy Child's house, didn't know her, never met her, and I thought, I can't do it, I'm too scared. And I was going to the guy, his name was Giles, I was going, I can't do it. He's going, what do you mean you can't do it? I was like, I can't do it, I don't know what to say. Like, what do you mean? Like, and they was like, no, I remember him calming me down. He was like, just Chloe, you're going to be fine. And I thought, I just had like a moment, and I thought about Maddie, and I thought, I've got to do this. And then the first step went out, and like me and Joey obviously had like a big introduction, and you can imagine what our phones were like. We didn't tell anyone, not a soul. People were like, what the hell? Like, my phone went mental. I don't know how it didn't crash. Like, just any kind of message you could get, I was getting. And obviously my first experience with social media, that was a right laugh. Cried myself to sleep, hated it. And that was it. And that's how I come to being on TOWIE. It's been a mental, fabulous adventure. I can't believe I've made it 10 years. I don't even know how TOWIE's put up with me for 10 years. I wouldn't put up with me. I would have sacked me a long time ago.